Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to take you on a brief run through the first glue folio that I've made, and this is after Nicole's direction on relax cut glue, something like that. Anyway, I'll put a link to it in the description for this video. Righto, so for the cover of this I've used an old logbook that I had when I was teaching at school. I've been able to cut it down and trim it so that it fits. Okay. Right, now the theme for this ended up being red. So say hello to red. We've got here an artwork, a green tree, and further over I've used the other half of that for this pocket here. Okay, so back to the beginning again. Got a pocket with a card in here, and then we start the journal part of it. All right, so this was out of a magazine. I really like the colours in it. This first spread is by work by artist Stephen Allwood, where he paints kitchen appliances. And we have a family connection with Kenwood appliances, so I was keen to put that in, and I really like this background photo that I found. Beautiful, beautiful burnishing in there, very nice. The next spread, okay, well, it's not so much a spread, it's individual pages. The first one, sexy boots. Oh, men in boots, very sexy. And here's a picture of my boots, which are not so sexy at all. Over here, I found a beautiful background, and I cut out this picture of this sculpture and I put her in there. I think I'd be happy to be there too. While I was doing this glue folio, I was also harvesting lots of art auction catalogues, so there's quite a lot of artwork in this. Now this turned out to be a spread. I want to include a blue and white spread in every one of the journals I do. So this one's Singing the Blues, and I just love those hydrangea flowers, I think they are. And then I'd wanted to use this image for a long time, as put more birds on there. And so I found these bluebirds paintings that I was able to run through both images. A kiwi and a tui for a bit of kiwiana in there. This turned out to be a fabulous spread, and I think it might actually be my favourite in this whole journal. City painting there, close-up one here, a bit of a painting of New Zealand shops, old shops, and the map. I was very happy with that. This one is based on a painting which has fire and water. It was actually round the other way, and I've just layered back other colours. At this stage, we've just had our first fire as we come into winter down under, and it's been raining a lot, so there's been plenty of fire and water. This one here is more of a political statement, some wonderful cartoons that appeared in a Stockco governance booklet, and I'd enjoyed that. So that's the centre of the folio. Over here, I found some interesting article about the history of Louis Vuitton. So that's where that came from. This one is just a super photo. Oh, I completely get that. In another life, I was a pianist, classical pianist. So in my doting old age, I'm trying to get back into some practice. And I thought this was just perfect, thinking through my hands, because that's the sort of feeling I have. This is a double page spread on Toulouse-Lautrec and the artwork of that time. And it's sort of inspired by this Le Chat Noir picture up here, and I actually have a bag that has that image on it, so I had to do this one. I found these in an auction catalogue. This one is all about grids. So this was just artwork that I've put into this grid, black on a black background. This one over here, if you look closer, you'll see it's actually a set of, it's a bookcase. So there's a drawer down the bottom, and then there are various shelves up to the top. I tried to keep the 3D shading going in here, and I put a cascade of white flowers down here, and then I added in bits of bodies and played around with the perspective a bit. Right, over here, also working with arches, so arches created by body shapes, and this one here, arch created by a shoe. Wherever you go, there you are. That's true. This one, another spread, experimenting again with bringing artwork into clothing. This one I think was quite effective against a background of a close-up of a Yves Saint Laurent handbag, I think. And this one here I like too. And we get to the final page. Stay, rest, relax. Yes, always good advice. Now the rest of the folio has a fold out, and here is another journal card. These bits of artwork reflect what was at the front, and this is a piece of that. And then we have the fold out, a very nice Asian vase against those roses. I was picking up the lilac colours in the roses, which I liked. So that gets closed, and we have this beautiful pattern, lovely tulips which I've just planted, and just such a inviting old leather armchair. I'd love to get into it. Over here, a bit of a contrast to all the busyness in the previous pages, this beautiful hand, and this is an artwork, and if you look at it starting here going backwards, it says revolution, and from here it says lover. Very nice. Okay, and here we have the waterfall feature, and mostly in this journal I've used artworks that I came across as I was harvesting the art auction catalogues. So Mongawha is the Maori name for Mount Eden, which is an area that I lived in. Here's a beautiful Anne Robinson vase container. One of my favourite sculptures that I've seen recently. Beautiful huia bird on a kowhai flower. A nice bit of art by Robin White, and some, whoops, look at that, I've still got the paper clips in it. Okay, we'll get rid of those. Some Chanel artwork. This one, the lady in the unicorn, and I just found a cute little painting to go up there, a triptych. This is a takeoff of the Campbell soups. And interesting to look at. And finally this one, very tumultuous, isn't it? Just fantastic photograph by Robin Morrison. And underneath, this is a takeoff of a Kiwi icon, the chocolate fish, different coloured ones. So that's the waterfall part, and that brings us to the end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I've made several more Glue-Folio books, which I'll be giving away to family members soon, and they're really interesting to work in, so do give it a go. Okay, bye-bye.